Dan here. DD Speech up.
Wait, show them what it says.
Gentle. Custom
Coming
made.
soon to ddspeechshop.ca.
Danny made it for me. To a ddspeechshop.ca near you.
Yeah.
Well, the internet is close and far at the same time. We're back on this pile. Man, this paint, we got to take care of that.
You know, it's crazy. So it's like we're back on this, but for them, they probably saw a video on this like 2 videos ago because we pushed out all the 55 2-lane car videos before.
You're right. You know what? I was actually reading the comments. And why don't we just finish a car right from start to finish, perfectly restored, without taking a break? Oh, because I would lose my mind. Right.
Also, I don't know if they've been watching, but it's been nothing but body work for like 3 weeks straight.
Everything is body work.
I'm like writing the description. I'm like, how many times can I say we're back doing body work?
You know what the problem is, though, is I was like, I got to a point where I'm like, oh, body work on the truck, I'll work on something else. Then I work on this, I'm like, oh, body work on the Monte Carlo, I'll work on something else. Body work on 55, I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, so anyways, I pushed the body work off until it was all in one. And I'm trying to be more organized here. Not too bad, eh? Who is this? Enter comment of Dan has sold out. I spent actually the whole morning cleaning up, and it still needs another. I'll go this afternoon. I was hanging stuff on the whatever, every little piece of wall. Anyway, we're working on cars here today. So when we got this thing, actually, I'll get a light so we can see. There was just some very minor rot in the floor pan, and as I recall, that I actually think this is how my Monte Carlo 20 years ago rusted. There's a seam or a lap, wherever, right where that rot is, where it's like the 2 pieces of floor kind of go over, and then they're just seam sealed like crazy, and then it must just hold moisture between the seam sealing, and that's what happened. There's a little bit, something back there or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pull this out, and I think we're gonna do a couple things. That was a pretty good stance I had there. So we're gonna do a few things. I want to pull the seat out to get in there, and I don't want to set it on fire. Even though it's a little rough, we might be able to try and, do something. While we were out today, I went and got some spray black vinyl dye, and actually, like, the headliner is not bad in this thing. You have the light. I mean, it's all kind of complete. It's like this beigey interior.
And it's actually not pea stained.
Well, video's not done yet. So I'm thinking, if I kind of mask it off, we'll just kind of paint that, dye it all. Same with the door panels, everything. It's all this light creamy color. So I want to dye it all black is what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts?
I don't care. I don't like this car.
Who needs the internet when I have Danielle? Wow, it cuts deep. So we gotta go through this thing, kind of take care of it. I'd like to get the interior basically dialed. I actually got a carpet kit for this thing, which is, I think it's been sitting on the front porch for about a week, so I'm too lazy to move it. But I got a black carpet, so we'll take this all out, paint it all black vinyl paint, make it look kind of decent. In my mind, I like black interiors. They're hot in the summer, sticky, terrible. You hate your life. But also, you can sit in here with your greasy outfit, which is the story of my life. We'll carry on. We should be able to do some floor patches here. Oh, it's a little worse than I had kind of thought. Might need a little bit of love, but we could put a pan in it, but I don't have that. But I do have my bead roller I brought. I have one Danielle and a couple sheets of steel.
What's the one Danielle gonna do for you?
Talk shit while I work hard?
Yeah.
The Danielle special, I call it. Maybe
It's called the comment section.
Maybe
comes to life.
Maybe bring out some Oreos here and there. So we'll get that taken care of. So I'd like to get the floor pans done. I think the body work is actually done. There's just some paint matching, which we have to get taken care of. So we'll do that.
That front ended up matching like...
It came out nice.
So mint.
Oh, they haven't seen the wheels yet. I put the wheels on.
Well, they saw it on Facebook.
Enter comment section.
And the Facebook comment section is...
They don't like them.
Running rampant.
It's 5 bolts, dude.
Someone commented being like, oh, it's like it's my dad's car. I'm like, it probably was your dad's car.
It's a Monte Carlo.
What do you expect?
I don't think there was an 18-year-old kid that was like, you know what I want? A Monte Carlo. Said no one ever.
Except you when you were 18.
Yeah, I was in high school actually. Son of a bitch. Well, I did one. It had center lines on it. That was cool. Anywho, so we get the interior dialed, floor pans welded in, maybe start dyeing some stuff, put the carpet in. I think I got some sound deadener. Here.
Yes.
We'll sound deaden a little bit maybe on the floor pans. That'll be good. Put the interior together. It's 100% done. And then it's just a little bit of screwing around. But all, like I said, the sanding and grinding is all done, which is nice. So it won't be too dirty. When I get that done, I want to clean up in here because then we have the motor and transmission to go in. And those boxes there are actually all suspension bits. So that's the fun stuff. And I put it as far away from me as possible.
Where'd you get those from?
Alden American. So we'll get into it in the future videos, but Gary there, Lucky cost a close personal friend of DD Speed Shop. No. So Lucky uses this stuff, and I want to say his name is Gary. I have a terrible name, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. He got my number from Lucky, and Lucky's like, hey, you might give me a number. I said, yeah, that's fine. He gave me a call. He's like, look, man, here's the deal. He's like, I can appreciate what you're doing, this and that, and I'm always putting on the Chinese control arms and all that sort of stuff. And because it's cheap and easy, and unfortunately it's very boring videos when I am assembling, rebuilding, factory control arms, which at this point now are 50, 60, 70 years old. They're beat up, they're bent. A lot of times you got to weld the bushings in. They're plumb wore out. So I buy the cheap stuff off Amazon, eBay, whatever it is. And so they have, obviously, everything they make is made in America, which does mean something for quality and whatnot. I know we have our trials and tribulations right now, but you can't argue it's well-built stuff. And ultimately, he gave me a deal. He's like, look, if you run this stuff, I'll make it so it's worth your while, and we'll figure it out. Now, not everyone has that luxury, I do realize, but you know what? I'll put this stuff on there if it's good, and then we can kind of, if it's worth your money, we'll know. And I will say, based on what I saw on the internet, it looks a heck of a lot better than the stuff I'm getting, which has been fine. But definitely already some of the stuff's wore out, ball joints and all that. So you think you're saving money up front. Past Dan, at the time was current Dan, was like, oh, I'll just spend $300 and this will be fine. Well, now future Dan, who is also present Dan, is now going to end up changing all the ball joints on the Nomad or something like that, which will cost him another $300-400. So I should have just spent the money once. Buy once, cry once is what I'm trying to get to. But when you have 3 on the go, there's only so many dollars in the bank account, and
Stop switching back and forth between projects.
If I would just buy one car and fix it, and then make 3 videos a week of me washing it, we'd be super profitable. In the meantime, we're living in the red zone. Overdraft is there for a reason. But let's get to it. Let's start cleaning all the junk out of this thing. We'll pull the seat out. That's why I brought you out, Muscles. And we'll start working. Don't close that door because it doesn't open. Thank you. You're not. All right.
All right. Need me on the other side?
Well, I figured you just set the tripod up just so you didn't have to hold the camera while you watch me suffer.
Oh, I thought you needed my help.
Whoops. It's fine. No, I'm very strong.
Honestly, that seat's not in bad shape.
No, actually, I
It's just the edge there that needs.
I know a guy who knows a guy whose dad is a seat upholstery guy. So, you know what we can probably do there? A little Gorilla Tape.
Well, especially black, if that's what we're doing.
She'll be mint. Oh, styrofoam cups. She is vintage. Oh, comb. Man.
Don't brush that through your hair. Ew.
Danielle.
I feel like you should be wearing a mask before you take that up, you know?
There's a socket in here. What brand is it? I can't tell anything about it. Made in the USA. It kind of has snap-on font on it. What does that say? It's 1/2 inch.
Snap on.
No, it's not snap-on. You see snap-on? USA.
Yeah, and then doesn't that say?
I can't tell that. It's either wire or wheel.
Oh no, it doesn't say snap on. It says something Century?
Century.
Ah.
Let's just get this right out of here. Okay, ready?
1/2 inch.
Hold your breath. Nailed it. Okay, so we got that out.
Why'd you throw that right at me?
I threw it through you. Look at the old McDonald's cup. She's vintage. So, let's take all this old insulation junk out because we're gonna put in some new stuff. Oh, there's a little hole back here too, unfortunately.
I definitely feel like that can use a vacuum.
Yeah, oh, we're gonna vacuum, that's for sure. Yeah, so this is the water gets stuck behind this stuff. We got a bit of a rot hole there. A little bit there. Under the seat was good. So that's cool. What's your side look like? Are you happy with it?
What's this?
That'd be a fuel filter for a Rochester 4-barrel.
Hey, wood matches. We needed those the other day.
These are not wood.
Oh.
They're cardboard. Oh, from the lucky gentleman. Okay. Oh, solid effort. I'll put a mask on. Scrape some of this junk out, see what we end up with, and then we'll do some floor patches. But the nice thing is, the seatbelt bolts came out. They weren't rotten. The seat hold down bolts were good. They came out actually very nice, so they weren't rotten. So that's nice. Those are the things that are like captured nuts, and a lot of times they're, pain to get to. So that's good. So all we gotta do is make some little floor patches, which arguably is boring, but I actually think it'd be kind of fun, well, interesting to show what you can try and make here. And I mean, they'll be close enough. It's the floor. Let's be honest here, guys. It's the floor. All back here is nice, solid, no issues.
Listen, if you're not going to show it at Mecum, there's not even a point in doing the work.
Why wouldn't this go to Mecum? Cars park in the parking lot at Mecum all the time. Okay, so I got most of this. I mean, there's some left behind, but whatever. It is what it is. I sprayed down with some rust, rust check, rust inhibitor, rust, whatever. It neutralizes rust. So this side, it's actually really nice. Like, it's fine. No issues whatsoever as far as I'm concerned. The other side actually got a little bit worse. So I hit it with the wire wheel, and that'll tell you where your problems are. And we actually have a few more than I thought, but such is life. It's kind of like everything I do in life is like that. You hope for the best, but expect the worst. Is there nothing? No, perfect. So originally we just had a tiny little spot there, and now we have a big one. I got to push down. That's the e-brake cable, so we got to make sure we don't cut that out. And it kind of goes, out here to out there, and kind of wraps around here. So my plan, I think what I'm going to do, let's grab a little soapstone here. We'll see. So we'll start back here, but I'm thinking something along like that, like that, up, over. Oof, geez, even that's kind of bad. Kind of something along like there's the patch we're gonna make. Now, this is gonna be kind of fun. It's gonna be a little challenging. We might do it in a few different bits. It has this little piece here, which is where like the brake wiring and all that fits. So it'd be nice if that was there. Now, yeah, you could cut this out, do whatever you want. Oh, it's rod back here too, actually. I wonder if I should just do the whole thing. Cut it out, make another one. This is, I mean, again, this is supposed to be a little drain hole and stuff like that to let all the water out or whatever, if you ever use it. Are we ever gonna use that? Probably not. You can always cut one in there though. I wonder if I should just make the whole piece. But I do have my bead roller. I'm gonna try and see if we can accomplish something along like that. Unfortunately, this bend will be tricky to make. For me anyway. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna think on that for a little bit. I'm gonna cut it out. I might go a little bit bigger even. And see what we end up with, and then we'll transfer it to some steel and see if we can make something that'll be, okay, we're talking about the rear floor pan in a $3,500 car that nobody cares about, that ultimately has lasted 50 years or whatever it is. We're gonna put this down, we're gonna seam seal it, we're gonna put carpet on it, we're gonna undercoat it. You know who's gonna see it again? No one. Well, except for the next YouTuber or whatever it's gonna be in 50 years when they buy it for $3,500, accounting for inflation. And then the front, it's actually the same deal. So we got that one piece to weld in there, which is just kind of a flat bit. I'll probably do that in a strip with one little divot. And then back here, this little section here, we might just kind of cut the whole piece out and do our own thing. This, I mean, it's pretty soft. And I will say this is like where I'm gonna have my feet, which I care about. And this will see the most amount of wear and stuff like that. Obviously, if you guys know, work on old hot rods, the driver's side footwell is where they always rod out first, because that's where, if the car's moving and there's someone in there, that's where it came from. So that's where they're bringing all the junk in from their dirty boots from the job site, right? Well, I guess this would have been the shift supervisor put into a whole lot of work in Monte Carlo. But let's get this chopped out and see if we can put a couple of pieces of steel in tonight and paint it. Kind of be done with it. It's not bad. I've seen way worse. Well, obviously. So we've got this piece.
Those are not the right gloves.
I'm an XL and you got me L's. I don't know how, like, we do this all the time. So here's a piece that ended up being a little bit more beat up than we were hoping. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eliminate this hole because I don't wanna recreate it and we don't need it. It's got a bit of a curve all the way around here, which would be a bit of a pain, but we're just gonna jam that with a hammer and weld it. I do wanna maintain this if I can, this little kind of divot for the wiring, and I'd like to put some sort of a cross in it for some strength to give it some rigidity. So I think what we're gonna do, we're just gonna kind of eyeball trace this thing. Now what I'm gonna do is cut this out bigger than that, because obviously you want the metal to kind of bend and all that. So for sure, this section will probably cut out like that. And this is mostly flat, so we'll just kind of give it a little bit extra. And then this will leave like that. So it's gonna look goofy, but we'll have to get it kind of close, and then we'll shape it, do whatever we have to do. Hopefully the panel will be bigger than what we're doing, so it's like buying a stamped panel. And then we'll either trim the floor to fit or trim this down or whatever we gotta do and make that work. So I'll zip this out right quick.
Question.
Yes, Danielle.
Could you, I mean, I realize this would be like a lot to do, but like, would it be worth it for someone, like, let's say they didn't want to make like the full panel, like, could they just like do each little
Oh yeah, for sure.
thing?
You for sure could, but like the way I look at like all these little rusted holes, right? So you're gonna be chasing that until you get the good metal, trying to figure that. And then here would be a nightmare, you know, here'll be a nightmare, and then like, so what, are you gonna leave this section? And whatnot? You asked a question, now you're yawning.
No, I'm listening.
And I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's so junky, which I explained earlier. So the passenger side's mint, and we're gonna do this in the back section, and then the front section, I wanna make sure we really put a bunch of, like, some bead rolls, really give it a lot of strength. You absolutely could just, I mean, really, you could just do this, and you could bead roll some lines in it, and that'd be fine if you really wanted to, or like an X or anything like that. And that just gives it a lot more strength. You'll see it here. Once we cut this out, we'll see how flappy it is, and then we'll run some beads in it, and you'll see how much more strength came out of it.
Huh, interesting.
From putting an angle in it. Okay, I'll cut this out, and then we'll try. This might be, we might just end up doing this, I'm not gonna lie. That's why a little bit of foreshadowing. I'd like to accomplish this, but if we can't figure it out, it's been a while since we used the bead roller, I'm not gonna lie. But I have watched a couple of YouTube videos recently, so I feel like I have all the skill in the world. I'll put my mask. Okay. So let's just write on this real quick. That's the passenger side, driver's side, front, just so we don't forget what we're doing. Now, reality is, kind of place it about like that. So we want our extra metal to be on the folds, right? That's what we really kind of cared about. Otherwise, you should be pretty good. So let's just mark this so we have an idea of where this wants to be, and then we'll mark it there and there and there and there. There and there.
That's just the folds you're marking?
Yeah. And then we'll go about there. So, I'm gonna put my square. Oh, it's on the wall. Who would have thought it would be in its place?
None of us. So I'm just full of zingers today.
So basically, I want to go somewhere like that to something like that. Then these don't have to be in any sort of real order, but we'll just, are they straight across?
Those are for strength,
These are more just for, yeah.
and the other one was for the washers.
Yeah, exactly. So there's
Yeah, listen.
a bit of a deal there. We'll have it so it's kind of, you know what we'll do actually? We'll do this. Oh, I nailed it. So we'll do that. That. And then this one here. Do like that.
You're basically Mythbusters.
Mythbusters. At least not joined. Did I trace that dead rock? Clearly something. Oh no, they are.
Oblong.
Well, oh, they look like they kind of joined. What did I do there? Oh, I was way off on those ones. Am I holding this wrong? No, it's. At least actually don't go the whole way either. Just put it there. Okay, well we'll deal with that after. Let's try and make this piece, which I'm a little concerned about. So we have to do a step. And I haven't done anything like that in quite a while. So let's get out the tools. We might just use a piece of scrap and see what we can accomplish first. That's gonna be a hassle. And there's no hammers.
You hung the hammers up.
Yeah, that's too far away. Let's go to the rolly cart. I almost threw that hammer at you on accident.
Nah.
I swear it was on accident.
Nah.
Stay. Okay, let's get the other thing set up and we'll see where we end up.
Oh, I almost biffed it on the door there.
So, here's what we're gonna try and do. I got the step bit on there, I think. Okay, so you're gonna have to kind of turn it that way. Okay, let me just. Man, this is. I welded that together.
I feel like I'm driving a pirate ship.
This may take a couple. Okay, give her a spin. Oh, well, you gotta go slow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, that's good. Keep ripping. Keep going. Okay, so that just started
Whoa!
our little step. So now I'm gonna give it a crank and we'll try and repeat the same thing.
Wicked cool.
Yep. Keep going. Yep.
How would you do this by yourself?
Well, you'd be hating your life. Or you buy one with a motor on it. You giving her?
So you have to go like slow, or is that just because your fingies are there?
Mostly just my skill level. Okay, go again. Oh, yeah, keep going. Just a little glove incident. Fine. How are we doing there? Okay, that's basically all of it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, so that's...
Too much?
Well, I want to see how much we can get out of it, so that's why we do it on the practice deal. So now we know about that much. Okay, now we got to make sure we go that way. Okay, go again. Release that a little bit. Okay, go. When you're doing this, and you're trying to be exact, you want to set the machine up however, and then count your turns kind of in and out.
Oh.
Honestly,
Wait, those turns?
that's probably, yeah. So. So now we know, I think the depth of what we want is probably this last turn. So I'll show my camera, but this is the side that was good, and this side started tearing. So that's kind of cool. Now where's the, can you grab me the piece? The rusty piece? So now the rusty piece had a kind of a, you know, a more rounded kind of deal, but this would be fine. Gives it the same kind of impression. We could probably actually put that in there and smash that out or do whatever, but it'll be good enough. There might be a die if I had more knowledge to this, or maybe we could run this through like this is the die we're going to use for making the lines, which won't be exact. Maybe we could run that through and flatten it out, but you know what? I'm not going to jinx this. This worked out just fine. It has a little spot for it to fit. So now we want to try on the test piece, or on the real piece, I should say. So now, okay, so we're going to count this out. So 1, 2. Let's see if we can get this in it. Because this one, unfortunately, we're actually not even, because I'm not going right to the end. Hang on.
3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6.
Pick up sticks.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, give it 1, 2, 3.
So half.
We got 3.5. Okay, roll it. Hang on. Is this the right way, or am I doing it backwards already? I'm doing it backwards already.
Scoop all over again.
Oh, we didn't screw it. This is the way we're gonna do it, so it'll drop down. Let's do it this side first, just so I feel better about it. So now how many counts are we out?
So 3.5 backward and 6 full.
So 1, 2. So that's level, no, we gotta be way out to lunch. That's all the way, so we'll back it out. So that's probably...
Are you counting the spins? Because you lost me.
No, I'm winging it.
You're winging it? I thought you said we have to count.
No. It just has to be perfect. It's fine. I get rid of it. This one go kind of slow. A little faster than that. Yeah, perfect.
I'm the captain now.
So we're not gonna go with the end though, right? So
Well,
just,
that's on you. You have
I know,
to
I'm just
stop.
telling you. Relax there, darling. Okay. So now, try that. Okay. Yeah, keep going. See, you know, you're way cheaper than having a electric motor add-on.
I don't know if I am.
Okay, hang on.
I don't know if you know this, but I've recently gotten into the Croc shoe game.
Oh, really?
They have Croc platforms that I like.
Nope. Croc platforms, eh?
Yeah, it's gonna rip at the other end, just so you know.
Is it right on the edge there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's... Okay, whoa, whoa. Okay, so we'll do 1, 2, 3 turns out. Okay, now, so we have to remember there's 3 turns.
3 turns out.
So 4, 5. Did we get it in there? No. 6. Okay, that's good.
3 turns out, 6 turns in.
6. So then 1, 2,
3.
3 should be a start. Okay. Yeah. It's doing nothing. Hang on. Let's try again here. So 1. Okay. See if that does anything. Yeah, we're just starting. That's good. And that wind, though, eh?
It's crazy out there. Am I going all the way to the end now?
Yep. Okay. So now, you know what we should have done is maybe back it out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3,
I've lost all count.
4. I'm on it. 1, 2, 3, 4 is where we were. So we'll give it 5. Okay. Go. Yeah, perfect. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Just make sure I'm not going too fast for you.
Okay, whoa. Now do it the other way. Actually, hang on. Let's just undo this. 1, 2. Okay, now go the other way. Should be able to just kind of walk this back. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. So now we'll do 1, 2 is where we were.
You can drive a car, you can drive a bead roller.
Okay, go. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. I kind of buggered that a little. Keep going. Just go off the path a little.
You have one job.
I want to go all the way out. Yeah, I butchered at the end, but it's fine. So now, see how much stronger that is?
Show them, not me. That is neat.
Okay, so we got that under control. Now let's take a minute, we'll just redraw our sidelines. And then we'll switch the bead and we'll carry on. Or the roller tips. Okay, so now we got some different dies on the old girl. And I've traced out our new lines, so I just kind of joined them Now obviously we're only going to go to those lines and then you end a little divot there. It won't be exact, but it'll be pretty dang good enough.
It'll be Dee Dee's speed job.
Yeah, the fact we're even trying means something.
I hope that we get credit for that.
Okay. Go for it. Whoa. Okay, now go back. Perfect. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Go forward a little bit. Right there. Go again. A little more. A little more. Okay, and back.
You know what I realized I do when I'm concentrating?
Oh, what's that?
I like pull my whole head in like this when I concentrate. So I'm trying to not do that anymore and look silly.
Why? It looks silly. That's what the internet is for. Okay, keep going.
All the way through?
I'll just give it a little. I just want to bounce off it. Okay, that's good. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Well, I did do that freeze frame you requested when I looked crazy doing body work.
That was nuts. Okay, give it a little. Nope. Okay, well, back up just a little bit. Okay, go. Back.
Is it doing anything?
Okay, just got it started. Okay. Go again. I'd rather take my time a little bit than keep going. You can go faster than that. Then you do it wrong, and then it's a. Keep going. Whoa. Back.
Wrong and strong.
Keep going all the way. We'll see if we can give this a little bit of a shmush. A little more. Okay. Forward a little bit. Okay.
I have to think about that for a second because to go forward, I gotta go backward.
To the right is forward, left is reverse. Forward.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at my left and rights to begin with, so I don't know that that's a great example of how to.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, stop.
Man, the wind.
She's brutal. Put her in reverse there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. A little. Yeah. Oops. Okay, give 1.5. Keep going. Forward. Okay, back. Oh. Let's go full throttle on this. I'm losing interest. Forward. Okay, keep going. Oh.
Really? I'm not losing interest.
Oh, really? This is boring.
What? I think this is so neat.
Okay, go. Well, it's neat. It's just slow.
Imagine if you had to make so many
Go back.
more.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. Just buy the panel. Okay, go forward.
This stand is sure handy. You put a lot of stuff on it.
It's very handy. Oh, can go back. Okay. So it's kind of oblong the panel just a little bit, which actually we kind of want a little bit of a bend. But now, like, she's very
So why does that make it stronger?
science. I don't know. So now, there's that.
Is it because it's kind of like shrinking it into itself?
Yeah, let's just give it some rigidity or something. You probably can't see, but obviously that's the strip we had there, which is basically that. And then this had the two kind of running through it. So we have in and about the same deal. which is not too bad. Now, if you really want to, we could put this on a sandbag and beat those in, but I'm not doing that. So
But you
now,
brought the sandbag and the stump.
yeah, my level of care is low though. So now, this had a bit of a bend up, so we'll have to recreate that right about here to here. This has to go up. So we might put that in the brake. Just barely a little bit. Well, let's just, oh, I guess I gotta lower this thing down now. So we have to put a bend in it here, actually. This is where a pipe anvil would be pretty sweet. I have to build one at some point.
Is that because it would make it more curvy and less like
That's
harsh?
exactly it, yeah. It's not actually that bad, but so let's see what we're ending up with. So that's the piece.
Calling me impressed.
Kind of all fits together-ish. Obviously it's way bigger. And then we have some goofiness to do here because the floor does a bunch of funny things. But I'll drop the floor down, but we're in the ballpark. And again, we can, this is how big the actual panel was, right? So we have lots of room to mess with. I'll probably end up cutting, a lot of that out, but not bad. Okay, so you can see our little valley there lines up. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but that's where it ran right there. So we're basically in the ballpark. Now what I'm going to do is just start smashing this into place, and then we're going to go underneath and trace it out. And then we'll know what we got.
Like underneath the car?
Yeah, we'll be able to see this, and I'll just trace it, and that'll give us the size of the panel. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Whoops, a little too far there. Oh, butchered it. That side's pretty close, obviously. Oops. That side we might have to just kind of eyeball in once we get in there. But I might have to go back just a hair, or I bent it just a little bit too much. I think we're going to take it back just a quarter inch or so. Once I kind of put that bend in it, it kind of did its own goofy thing. So push it right there, inch back. Not bad, not bad. These safety gloves are inconvenient.
But safe.
Well, you know me, it's all about safe. Whew. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good now. So it doesn't have to be perfect because we're just gonna go ahead and do whatever we gotta do to it. Stay.
Good panel.
Good panel, good panel. I'd like to push that down just a little bit. Okay. Overall, you know, we probably could just cut this out now that I'm looking at it. I'm gonna come over on this side. Kind of see what I'm talking about. So it's close. Obviously, this is like more of a V'd out gap. We can smash that with a hammer. That'll give us a nice spot there. Basically lines up there. Everything is good. Now here, there's actually a fair bit of material. The other thing is, at some place under here, we'll drill a couple holes because there's a brace that runs across. So we'll weld it right to the brace. This side was pretty. I can see my cut actually there, so it's pretty close. And this is pretty thin metal. Even that's a little grungy. Run across the back. I think all I'm going to do is just trace this section out. Then here I'll cut it across the back and across here. I'll let that fall out the bottom and weld it in. So we use a bit more of the panel than we were going to, but that'll look just fine. Okay, I'll trace it. I'll see what it looks like. I might just do it all in the car. I'm not really too sure where my laziness level is just yet.
I'm actually shocked that you're not just gonna do the car like you do all the time, where you just cut little pieces out and then weld it in.
So let's go to the car and I'll show you. We'll lift this thing up and then it'll all make sense.
Will it?
Yes. We'll be right back after these messages.
There's a pipe there.
Okay. Action.
You're already going.
Oh, so this is the one I'm talking about. So this brace here,
I see.
it's I don't want to cut through that, so we're gonna. Oh, a marker that work would be sweet right about now. You know, Sharpies, they must be made offshore these days or something, because they're maybe they used to be. Okay, so we'll do that. I want something to be somewhat close here. And then that's irrelevant what we do there. And then here we'll trace. Now I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna say brace, and we'll go ½ inch. So if we drill holes a ½ inch past this line, then that'll be perfectly there. So it'll be just like factory. I cut it along those lines, then I weld it in. I mean, honestly, we could probably just even overlap it just a little bit, like who really cares? Doesn't have to be a perfect floor pan, but should be pretty good. Okay, let's go back up top, take this thing out. Just make sure I did that right. So we'll cut there, that, yeah, okay, hang on, we're gonna do cut that, cut that, and that, and that's the brace, and then cut other side of line, and then the back is irrelevant. We can do that.
It's an elephant. It's irrelevant.
That's right. Okay, let's drop this thing down, take it out, make a custom fit. Okay, so here's our piece trimmed out. So this here, we got a gap, so that's done. So this is where that brace goes. So that's gonna be hard to kind of cut and level the material fall at the bottom. The rest of it, we can just follow around and the material all fall at the bottom of it, so it's no big deal. All I have to do is just this little This is very close. I mean, you can see where my cut mark was, so it's, you know, out by whatever, 1 zip disc thickness, and that'll be good. And then just here I gotta decide what to do. So I'm just gonna mark this, what it kind of looks like, how much extra material we have.
Ooh, the soapstone.
Soapstone. And we have an idea actually of what we got there. But really, this is, I might just weld right on top of this. No one's ever gonna see that part, ever. And then that's where the seat is and everything, give it a little bit of extra strength, should be good. So just from like that cut and all the way over here, I might just lap weld it. Instead of trying to cut it all out and everything, be just fine. Be lazy there, be good in the back. And this is all hidden from the underside with this brace. So if you ever underneath the car, you'll never see it. You'd have to take the seat out and the carpet out and the whatever matting we're gonna put on it out. So it'll be fine. Good enough for who it's for. So I think Danny's gonna set up the camera. I'm gonna turn on some tunes and we'll get this thing in, welded, seam sealed, painted, and done. That was actually quite a bit bigger of a patch. I thought the back was gonna be easy. It actually ended up being bigger than the front patch. They'll be able to do them both in one video, but it looks like it's time for supper.
Well, my man says you can't pay for dinner. My mama says he sounds like a winner. My guy told me he just has to save 'em. From the field, those cars they got laid up in. And I can't help but smile and fall in love with the holes in his jeans, the sparks on his crotch. Now there's a man giving her all he's got. Grinder on his left and a welder on his right, trying to line it up real tight. He can't find his tools, he can't find his parts. Well, gosh dang, don't he hate loving hot rods? Daddy wishes he'd take up fishing, 'cause at the dinner table he's got no fixins. My sister says he can't come to her wedding. I don't get what's with all the fretting. Everyone just needs to stop all their meddling, 'cause I can't help but fall in love with the holes in his jeans, the sparks on his crotch. Now there's a man giving her all he's got. Grinder on his left and a welder on his right, trying to line it up real tight. Can't find his tools and can't find his parts. Well, gosh dang, don't he hate loving hot rods? I wish I could tell you when it happened, when my mini dress became coveralls, but I don't mind after all. I can pick a 9/16 out of the cart and say radius wheel wells would really make that look sharp, 'cause I'm in love with the holes in his jeans, the sparks in his crotch. Now there's a man giving her all he's got. Grinder on his left and a welder on his right, trying to line it up real tight. Can't find his tools and can't find his parts. Well, gosh dang, don't he hate loving hot rods? Don't he hate loving hot rods? Don't he hate loving hot rods?
We're going? Camera died. GoPro pile of junk.
It gets too hot.
Yeah, that'll happen. Wish I could just, when I get hot, I could just cut her down.
I thought you were gonna be like, wish when I got hot, I'd die.
Not die.
That's a weird
I wouldn't mind a little break there. I'm not gonna lie. It was I had the same heat the GoPro did, plus a few more sparks at the crotch and whatnot. So, but there's our little patch.
Well, don't you hate loving hot rods?
Are you putting that in?
That might be.
Oh, and Danny's got a new song. Okay.
There's a subtle self-plug.
Subtle. Yeah, you're subtle about your self plugs. Give you that. So that's pretty well in there. I'm done with it. Everything on all those edges was butt welded. The front here was not. Where did I put that?
But.
You're so silly. Where did I put the... Is the rust paint on your side? Oh, no, it's right here.
I did use a bunch of flammable stuff when you were shooting off sparks.
Yeah, I saw you were a bit of a wuss there. So we'll just do this back section. Give that a little conversion. And then I think I got a little flat black. We'll put that on there. I'm sure there's some sort of wait time for the seam sealer dry before you coat it, but we're gonna go ahead and say it's 37 seconds. That's a nice little patch. I'm actually pretty impressed with that.
I think you did great.
Turned out pretty dang on good. And I mean, that's something that took me, what time did we start? 6 or something like that? 5? 4:30? 4 o'clock? And now it's 7?
6:45.
2.5, 3 hours. For the cost of $0, well, a little bit of metal, and hey, you could always use a refrigerator door or some scrap steel if you got it. I should probably actually paint that side too, because I can let that dry overnight. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a pretty slick little patch. So, I bought all my stuff from Princess Auto there. What are you in that for? I'm sure they sell this at Harbor Freight, all the same junk. But, I mean, it's not a lot of money. The big dollar item was the Beverly shirt. I think that was like $500. I think these are probably $250 when they come on sale with a bunch of dies. The same thing, that's $300. The brake when it comes on sale. And then the shrinker stretcher, it comes on sale on the stand with the stand all the time for only a few $100s as well. And then I got a plancher camera. I didn't use it on this thing, but you spend $1,000, $1,500, and you can kind of make these panels. And I can kind of justify it now where I don't know what a back panel probably costs there is, you know, a couple $100. You know, by the time we get it here, tax, shipping, all that, and then same with the front piece. So now you'd be, you know, $400, $500 in patch panels. You're halfway to buying these tools, which will last you your entire life. And you can screw around. That's kind of fun. Like I haven't used this. I don't know when the last time we used it was. I've just been buying panels, but we're actually at a point now where the cars they're beat, but they're nice enough you can actually repair sections, not the full pan. I will say, people that do full floor pans from scratch, good on them. That's not for me. I'll still buy them, but that's that. So enjoy that song Danny put in there.
We don't know if it's in there or not.
If you didn't, I hope you like it next time. And I don't know, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for today. I'm gonna paint the rest of this up, so next time you see it, most of the floor will be all flat black. And tomorrow night, maybe we'll focus on here, which is gonna suck because it's got the steering wheel and everything. And we'll do the same idea, make another floor pan piece. Well, that turned out fantastic. I'm very happy with it. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe below. Make sure you leave a comment. I was listening to something they were talking about critics. I was like, we should call it the critic section, not the comment section. I'll see you in the next one.